Hi folks, welcome once again. Today I thought I'd do something a little different. Now I've got one of these automatic hammers from Ryobi, and it's the battery packed up basically. The cells just all sort of swell up into a big mess, and yeah, that's it really. And it's also probably one of the most unuseful sort of things I think I've ever purchased. That's not to say it doesn't have a purpose, I'm sure it does, but I use this for actually making some rivet joints on some largish sort of projects that I had on the go for like a big sign sort of project. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a little look inside it. Number one, to see if there's anything useful in it that I can use for other things. So stick with it, and we'll see what we can actually get out of it. So yeah, I thought it would make a bit of a distraction from today's study on fire. So and there's only so many riveting facts that you can learn about fire extinguishers and the fire triangle. I think it was rather tedious, I'll be honest. Still, never mind, I've got 3 more days of revision and then the big day, so plenty more to do tomorrow. So should nearly have all of that out. Got everything. Yeah, I think so. Oh, one more. Right. Nearly there. We don't want you, well, maybe more. They certainly don't want you taking these things apart. Now, well, I don't want to bust it completely, because it was actually quite good at doing. I don't know if you're familiar with the sort of like aluminium type rivets they use in sort of aircraft construction. It was actually quite good for doing those. The only sort of drag is you really want like a little dolly for those, really, that you can sort of round the edge over. But it did actually do them to a fashion, providing you didn't need to do them to any particular spec. Right, okay, so let's get all that crap out of the way. Right, okay. So let's have a little look and see what we got in there. Well, underneath a little cover there, a sort of plastic cover, we've actually got the main sort of the safety thing, which actually pushes back and sort of the hammer sort of protrudes from. Looks like there's a nice little spring in there, and that is pretty much it on that part. I'll just get him out. Now, I'm not going to make a habit of these sort of videos. It's not my plan. Oh, got missed a couple. Normal radio service will be, or other things really. I intended the channel to start with to be a little bit more a little bit of story about the channel. There are actually two Garys, and the other Gary unfortunately was really ill at one stage, and it never really developed the way that it was supposed to. But that doesn't mean to say that it won't in future. Looks like there's a little clip underneath here. See if we can get something a little bit more. A little bit more welly behind it. Yeah, nice screwdriver. Try not to jab my hand out. Okay. Don't know how that comes out, but still, I'm sure we'll work it out in just a few seconds. Well, looks like there's some good stuff in there. But that little clip there is presenting a bit of a problem. I think it just lifts out. Get something a bit smaller in there. Yeah, it does. It just lifts out. It's like a barb or something. Wow, that's in there. See if we can. Yeah, look at that. Like, look, a little clippy thing like that. There you go, that's a bit better. So what have we got? Oh, okay, that wants to come out the other way around. And there's the main cover off. That leaves us some pretty good stuff. Wow, look at that, it's got a cut an auto fuse in there. That's pretty cool. Wonder what that's for. Can't see any reason why this would get all sort of caught up and sort of mangled. But there is some pretty cool stuff in there. Obviously a nice little speed controller which you could probably utilise. I'm expecting that to seize up and cause hassle. Now, let's have a little look underneath there. Oh, okay, well there's a little micro switch underneath there. And the whole thing is actually pretty self-contained. I'm not going to take the middle apart. I mean, it actually goes around at a fair old lick, and when it's actually running, it's not the fastest sort of like little repeating hammer I think I've ever come across. It's not like an air one where it might be a bit zippy, but it certainly does go with a reasonable sort of lick. And it did have its uses, but the batteries are just awful. They're not great. I hope they've improved them a little bit since this one. I mean, this is quite old now, this one. And the battery it used was, well, let's just say not great. Wasn't great at all. Right, okay, well I think that's back together. Like I say, I don't want to ruin it because I am actually thinking about getting another battery for it or something, or maybe running it on some other way. So I'm not going to take it all the way apart. But obviously, if, you know, sort of going forward, there's actually quite a nice little gearbox in there. I wonder what else you can actually do with it. It's, by the looks of it, underneath here it's actually got like a crown wheel or something along those lines, which obviously then just somehow pounds on this, and this obviously's got like a pinion type wheel. So there's I wonder if there's actually, yeah, you can see that there's obviously got like a nice little gearbox type affair in there. So I wonder whether or not you could use, utilise that for sort of like a. All right, okay, that's really coming down on that. Yeah, it actually really does. Yeah, I wonder how much more you could actually use of it. I mean, you could possibly use this gearbox for like some kind of axle or sort of something like that on maybe a remote control vehicle. And this speed controller, if that is right, and it will take sort of 40 amps before it pops, then that's quite useful. So and it's quite a pokey little motor in there. I wonder what else it could actually do with it. The mind boggles. I wonder if that could be utilised in some way for maybe an antenna elevator or something like that for radio uses. Maybe a little bit of modification. The mind is boggling. Right, well, I'm going to stick this back together again. Like I say, I don't want to bust it sort of too much, but I thought you guys might like to see inside it. If you find one at a boot sale or something like that, and there's some actually useful parts in it, I think. But there's not an awful lot in it. It's quite simple. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Catch you next time. Stay tuned. There's more things coming. If you like the videos, as always, and then please subscribe. And thumbs up. If you don't like the videos, then thumbs down. It's entirely up to you. I said before, you can leave comments. These days I have to vet them. Keep it cheerful. Yeah, lovely. Good to see you. Thanks for watching.